Hi everyone, this is Secret Agent Jade out of Calgary, Alberta, Canada, and this is video 2 in a series of videos that I'm doing for a 90-day run that we're doing here at Secret Direct. This is actually not a secret specific video. This is a video on just why network marketing. So I've had a lot of people ask me, I'm a school teacher and I do love my job, and they say, why are you doing that? Why are you doing network marketing? Like that doesn't seem like a fit for you. And you know what, there is a lot of reasons, but honestly the biggest reason is just that whole idea of financial freedom. So it's kind of what I'm going to talk about today. So what is financial freedom? It's different for everyone, but ultimately I think it just means that you make more than you spend, that you don't have to worry about money. You get to be free from the worry of money. I don't think financial freedom is billions and billions of dollars and owning my own jet. It just means that I don't have to worry about money. For some people it's just being able to get their kids through college, or to, pay down their mortgage, or, to have enough money to retire before they're 65 or whatever it is. So it is that idea of financial freedom. And obviously there is that whole idea that, yeah, maybe it could be that $1 million or $2 million a year income, but financial freedom for everybody is really different. One of the really cool things about network marketing is for a really small investment, you get residual income. And I actually prefer to call it passive income, okay? So if you look up the definition of residual income, it just means the money that you make after you have paid all of your expenses. So it's just the leftover, right? It's the residual, the residue. But when we're talking about residual income in network marketing, we're actually talking about passive income. So I get to work really, really hard for 3 to 5 years, and then I'm going to continue to collect money passively without working. I can be on a beach sipping a Mai Tai, or I can, be at my child's graduation and I can still be getting paid. So it really is more than just financial freedom and that money freedom, but it's time freedom, and it's that freedom of choice and how you're going to do it. So you're going to work really hard and you're going to make money over and over and over again. So passive income is not a new idea. That is not a network marketing idea. Passive income, actually, there's lots of ways to get passive income. One of the probably most popular or most famous ways to get passive income is through stocks, investments, right? Stocks, bonds, shares. I'm going to give you $100,000 and I'm going to invest in your company, and you're going to make that company someday worth $10 billion, and I get 10% of that, or whatever it is. It can be, some people actually don't have to pay for their stocks or their shares. You can work for a company where maybe they don't have enough money to give you a great big bonus structure, but they give you options. And when that company hits it big, your options are worth way more than what you received them at, and you actually can make some passive income. So passive income, it's just investments. One of the ways that people think that people get passive income, but is very often a myth, is small business. If you know anybody that owns a small business, and like I said, I come from a family of entrepreneurs, small business can be really hard to make passive income. So my mom's owned her own business. I said it in the first video, for 25 years, and she still works as hard as she did on year one. And while she has a very successful business, and she does lead a fairly good life, and she's going to probably retire fairly comfortably, she doesn't make enough to hire out a whole management team to run her restaurant, to run her catering service on the side, to manage her staff, to do her hiring, to do all of that while she sits back and passively receives checks. She would have to spend all of the money she makes on the management team, and then she would have no income. So for her, passive income just isn't really an option. My brother is also into small business. He owns actually mechanical trucks. He works in the oil field here in Alberta. And, he bought his first truck, and he charged out for the truck, and he charged out for his hours. And then when that truck is paid for, he could buy another truck, charge out for the truck, pay another man to work the hours. So, eventually, someday he could own a fleet of trucks and actually have passive income. Take his girls on vacation and still be collecting a check. But anybody that is in small business is going to probably tell you that that's a difficult gig. But it can be done. Another way is just interest from a bank. So you deposit money and the bank pays you. Now, interest rates, as long as I've been an adult, really haven't been all that great, and that's not something that's really all that lucrative. It was great for me, getting into the housing market to have low interest rates, but it doesn't mean that I'm really making any money on the money that I leave in the bank. And so most people are not leaving their money in the bank. They're doing other things with that. They're doing RSPs. Here in Canada, we have tax-free savings accounts. There's lots of things that we can do to invest our money. Then another way that is really popular and common, and is a great way, particularly in our market here, is real estate. You know, you can buy a property and you rent it out. Now you got to remember that residual income is what's left over. So until that mortgage is paid, many people aren't actually receiving residual income on their rental properties. That rent just kind of covers the taxes, covers the mortgage payment, covers the expenses of having the carpets cleaned annually and all the things that have to come with being a property owner. But it can actually mean good lump sum in the end, or, you know, if maybe you only have to take a 10-year mortgage out on it and you keep that property for 20 years, that can be 10 years of passive income. The mortgage is paid and you're actually getting passive or residual income from that. So real estate is a really popular one, particularly in our economy here in Western Canada. But it does have some downfalls as well. One of the biggest one being the big investment. Like you have to borrow the money on that property, and you know there was no bank that would have given that to my husband and I when we first started out, because you know our little starter home was, you know, $2,000 more than the bank told us that they would loan us. That to go and ask them for another, you know, $150,000 to buy a condo, there's no way that anybody would have done it. But, you know, once you're more established, absolutely you can do that. But you are still managing a property. You still have to find sound renters. You're going to still have damage on that property. So it's not completely without hassles, but it's a sound investment. Another way that people acquire passive income is intellectual property. So what's that? Write a book. You know, oh, easy. Let's just do that. Let's write a bestseller. We can all retire. But it's honestly, a lot of people do it. YouTube, you know, I could do YouTube videos and 6 million people can watch me stammer around here in my guest room, and apparently YouTube will pay me for that. I could become a rock star. Woo! Everybody that knows me on my secret team knows that that's a secret dream of mine. No pun intended. But you know what? I know I'm not going to be a rock star this month. And probably never. So that's just not going to be it for me. You can get a patent on a product. Whoever has the 5 patents on our Recover mask here at Secret, they probably do very well because it is an amazing product. And those patents are, you know, helping somebody live very well. So intellectual property is one way. But you have to be intellectual to have intellectual property. So, you know, network marketing is kind of non-discriminatory that way. You can just be a lowly school teacher and you can still do awesome. So that's another way. And the other way is pensions. So I am, as a teacher, going to receive passive income. And that's a real draw when you're choosing a career. And I remember when I was a young teacher not thinking that that really mattered, and people would talk about pensions and it was like, yawn, what a boring conversation. And you know what, as I get a little older and I think about that, that is actually something that's going to be really great. So those are all ways to earn passive income. And then there's network marketing. So, you know, people say, oh, it's a pyramid scheme. That's a whole nother video, and I promise I'm going to do it, and it's going to be awesome. But network marketing is, in my opinion, the best way to invest your time and your money if you are looking for passive and residual income. And here's why, okay? So first of all, there's all the little small reasons. One, it's a small investment. You know, I don't have to go and mortgage out $3,000 or $300,000 in order to buy a starter home here in Calgary or whatever. $1,600, and I started a business. I know what my mom's restaurant cost. I know what my brother's first truck cost. You know, I know what stock markets and shares and even penny stocks. You know, people will even spend that on penny stocks, and that's no sure thing, okay? It's a small investment, and you know what? It's an investment in yourself. You are the only risk, particularly with Secret, and that is going to be the third video, is why is Secret the best, and you know, so please watch out for video 3 tomorrow. But you're the only investment. You're investing in yourself. It's not me giving some corporation $100,000 and saying, please go and, you know, be worth 10 times more in the next 3 years so I can cash out. It's me saying, go and be worth 10 times more. Go and learn about yourself and go and find other like-minded people and go help people. So that's really, really cool. Tax benefits, you know, even for the people that really just go, all I really want is some free product and I'd love to make $1,000 a month. Well, you know what? We all have cell phones. They're now my business phone. We all have internet in our homes. Now that's a business expense. So you can actually earn, you know, a nice spare cash and not have to pay tax on it. It can be tax-free for those first, you know, several $1,000s that you're earning, and it can actually go, you know what, that's actually paying for a vacation because I'm not having to pay tax on that. So that's fantastic. You know, it's some of the little things. You know, I went on vacation for 15 days and I got paid twice because at Secret we get paid weekly. You know, like I tuned out, I shut down. All I did was check in with my team a few times, you know, from the boat. I was not working hard. and I got paychecks. And when my kids are sick and I'm at home with them, I'm still getting paid. I don't have to phone a boss and juggle and find a sub and make a plan. And it's like, I just get to be home. And that's another thing. I don't actually have to give up my job. I don't have to risk it all, go, oh, I'm going to spend $1,600 and I have to quit my job and now I have to go make this work. I'm doing it part-time. I've reduced my hours as a teacher and it's given me some work-life balance, and I right now can juggle both, and it's fantastic. I can do it part-time. I can work full-time at a job that I still love, and I can work part-time on that fortune, as Jim Rohn says, and someday over time I can make that happen. The other thing is it's that you work once and you can get paid over and over and over again. I've got a girlfriend that used to be in network marketing with another company years ago. It's about 10 years ago. And you know what? It just really was, the product itself wasn't her passion, and she was kind of, a little bit frustrated with it, but she'd worked really hard at it for about 2.5 years. And even when she quit, for 3 years, she collected paychecks. She just did what she had to do to stay active. And for 3 years, her and her family collected paychecks, even though she'd kind of given up and lost her mojo a little bit with that company. So it's that those are the small things. Now, what are the big things? What are the big reasons why network marketing is amazing? Well, it's small investment for unlimited potential. I mean, the sky's the limit. How far do you want to see it go? You pick. Do you want to make $1,000 a month? Then work until you make $1,000 a month. Do you want to make $10,000 a month? Get at her. Would you like to make $10,000 a week? Go do that. I mean, am I saying it's going to be easy? No, but go do it. It's possible. And you know how I know it's possible? Because people do it. It's not a pipe dream. I'm seeing people do it. I'm watching it. So if that's what your goal is, then set it. Go hang out with those people that know how and go get her done yourself. So that's huge. The other thing is, you know what? It really is all on me. I'm not investing and hoping that, property prices in Calgary stay good, or hoping that renter stays for 3 years, or, hoping that, the stocks that I did invest in are actually sound and good and you're not going to go stale or stagnant, or, it's me and I get to decide. So that's awesome. And one of the other reasons that I don't think a lot of people understand is that it's willable. And when I say that, it gives me real peace of mind to know that if something were to happen to me, my husband would have that second income. My school division's not going to continue to pay them. And I'm not saying that they should. They shouldn't have to. What school division could afford to? If something were to happen to me, my secret income is going to stay there. And you know what? If my team wants to rally and work super, super hard, it could actually be a really nice second income for my husband. And so I'm actually investing in something not just for myself. It's for my family. I have single mothers and actually a couple widows on my team. And, those are people that are now on their own, where now this little side gig is their second income. And that makes me feel really good to know that they have that potential to really take charge of their own future and their own retirement and alleviate some of that stress. So why network marketing? Why not? I don't have hundreds of thousands of dollars to invest in the stock market, nor is that really a risk I'm willing to take. To me, that feels risky. People ask me, you spent $1,600? That didn't really feel that big of a risk. The least I could do is make sure I made that back. There was zero risk. I could have made $1,600 and walked away. But when I made $1,600 and I realized that some of those people were actually on, the same program as me, and that it's going to develop into more, it was a no-brainer. So